Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dr. Music Podcast, where I have an extremely special guest with me today, rock and roll, heavy metal royalty. She is known around the world as the Metal Queen. Starting with her band Warlock in 1983, she has given us more than 40 years of music. She is celebrating the milestone by giving us another set of music, great music. On October 27th, she released her 19th studio record called Conqueress. Forever strong and proud. It is with great honor that I welcome heavy metal royalty to the Dr. Music Podcast, Her Highness the Metal Queen, Miss Doro Pesch. Thank you, Doro.
Thanks for having me. Hello, everybody. Wow, great to talk to you.
It is just awesome to have new music from you. It's you're forever writing, you're forever singing. It's beautiful. Not everybody has that kind of inspiration to keep doing this for as long as you've done it. Um, I mean, how do you find that inspiration? What when you're writing, where do you find the inspiration to keep writing all of this great music?
Uh, it's easy to say. Usually, I find the inspiration from the people, from the fans. Um, Sometimes, when I have an idea, usually when I fall asleep, then I think the mind is in a good mind frame. And then sometimes I get ideas like their lyrics and melodies, they are shooting out, right? They're like for example, on this album it was Lean Mean Rock Machine or Fels in der Brandung. And yeah, and then I usually send stuff to a longtime partner. His name is Andreas Brun. He's the ex-guitar player of Sisters of Mercy. And we started 1996 and we're still working together great. And so I wrote many songs with Andreas. And yeah, and then certain things they just come. I don't know if it's like from the universe. Sometimes you have like thoughts or feelings, and then or melodies. It's yeah. So, and I
Uh,
had so stuff, and then the record company said, "Hey, 9 or 10 songs is enough for another album." And I said, "No way, man, no, no." The last one was a double album, the Forever Warriors, Forever United. It had, I think, 24 songs on it. So I said, at least I have to have like 13, 14, 15 songs, and now it's 20 songs. I don't know if you heard the digipack. The normal CD has 15 songs and the digipack has songs, and I think they're all killer tracks.
Awesome. Awesome. Yes, I have the 15 and that is great. We get even more. It's amazing and there's no filler. This is not, there's all great solid music on this record.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah, man, I love them all. I couldn't decide which one of my favorites, but of course I have to point out like three duets on it. One with Sandy on the it's a German band called Broilers. They're huge. And then there are two duets with Rob Halford, and that means so much to me. You can imagine. It was my first tour in 1986 with Judas Priest. And Judas Priest was my favorite band. We could tour together. It was unbelievable. And we met last year at Hellfest. That's a great festival in France. And we were playing same day and talking a little bit. And then, Rob asked me what I'm doing. I said, yeah, just working on a new album. It's almost finished. We were both like smiling at each other. And I said, Rob, are you thinking the same? He said, "Yeah, let's do something together." And I said, oh, would make me so happy. And then he said, do you have an idea? What do you want to do? Or which song? Right away, I said, well, I was born and raised with the British Steel album of Judas Priest. And I would love to do Living After Midnight. He said, okay, let's do it. And then he said, I have a wish. There's one song I always wanted to do with you. It's Total Eclipse of the Heart. So it was Rob Halford's choice, and then two we did two duets,
Yeah.
and that came out as a nice video as well. I don't know if you've seen it
Yeah.
yet.
Yes. So great. And two heroes of mine. My Rob Halford. I mean, he is the metal god. We have the metal god and the metal queen together.
I tell you, yeah, man. I've seen Priest now a couple of times live, and he was so great. And he's singing, and yeah, he's still a big inspiration. And
Yeah,
yeah, so yeah, that was the icing on the cake for me on this album. And all the other 20 songs I love. I love the first single was Time for Justice that had a cool video. I don't know if you've seen that video. It's kind of a guy.
yeah,
Children of the Dawn. It's the opening track. I like that. It's a nice video as well. And yeah, and the heaviest song is probably I Will Prevail. It's growl vocals. That's my bass player. He's doing the growl vocals. And yeah,
yeah. I love that song.
I love that song. It's cool.
Yeah, I Will Prevail is just it's great to hear you get that heavy too. And because we get so much melody, you do so much with your music. That is another side of Doro, which is really, really great.
Cool. That came out really quick. And yeah, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. And you have a cat. You have a cat
I
running around.
do. Yeah, this is a goblin. So
Who I animal lover, and I grew up with pets and usually with dogs and horses. And there's one song on the album that's for the animals that's called Heavenly Creatures. And
yeah.
that's that and to all the people who rescue animals and to, take care of them. So yeah.
Yes, and I'd heard about that, and that you have two adopted horses as well. They're in Austria, right?
Yeah, wow, yeah, yeah. Yes, and yeah, it's a place there a lot of times they call it a good Eiderbüchel. All animals, even animals where people they're not so, they're not like dogs and horses or like that, but everybody from uh, pigs and apes. Yeah, I donate money to chimpanzees. They 20 years in a cage, like stuff unbelievable. But anyhow, it's called Gut Eiderbüchel and it's in Austria. And yeah, and the story was so funny. Do you have a minute? Shall I tell you this?
Yeah, yeah, please do.
This man who was building Gut Eiderbüchel, he was doing whatever vacation. He went, I don't exactly know where, but it was on an island and he wanted to do a nice holiday and vacation. And there was this dog, a street dog, always coming to him, and they became friends. And he loved that dog. And one day the dog didn't come anymore. And so he was looking for the dog. And the dog was like, he got taken to a shelter. But if you don't take the dogs, after 2 weeks, they kill him. So he found the dog. He was so happy that he found the dog and he adopted the dog immediately. He was so happy. And then he saw all the other dogs, like, hundreds of dogs. He said, I take them all. And then he ran a big truck and then he had all these dogs in the truck and he said, I don't know what to do with them. But, and then he was starting Gut Eiderbüchel and yeah, he bought, I guess, a piece of land and then started from there. And I thought that's such a nice story. So
That is, God bless him for that. That's wonderful. That we need more people like that in the world for sure. You was there original title for Heavenly Creatures? Was there a different title?
yeah, yeah. At first, it was called Two Hearts Made of Stone, and then I thought, man, I want to do a song for the animals, and yeah, and then I gave it a different title, different lyrics, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, great. Now you have another song that you wrote for the fans, for us. The Best in Me. Yeah.
uh,
Is
they're all song is for the fans, but that one especially, and the fans definitely bring out the best in me. I think 10 times better, 10 times louder, and jump 10 times higher when I see the fans when we do something live. And yeah, it's for the fans. Definitely want to play it live, maybe in an encore or something. It's very soulful.
great. Now, I've seen a little subtitle that it says version 3 minutes and 13 seconds, and that's the one I've heard. Is there another version?
Yeah, actually, there's a longer version. there's a longer version. Yeah, yeah. But uh, but it's maybe for the diehard fans, there's more lyrics, another verse and stuff. But then we thought maybe this one is better.
Okay.
Because,
Will
yep.
will we, will we be able to hear the longer version? Is it available?
Yes, eventually, yes, yes. And when we go on tour, next year we are planning a big tour and all the festivals. There's another single coming out. Yeah, it will be Total Eclipse of the Heart, Lean Mean Rock Machine. This will be a new video, a comic video. And I saw the first 2 minutes. It's so funny. It's so hilarious, so cool. And Warlocks and Witches is on there, but a different version with like the full metal. It's more like very vibey, and I want to call it Warlocks and Witches Redemption. So there are, yeah, many versions floating around, many different ones. And the digipack has like 5 bonus tracks, but I think they're all the same quality like the rest of the album. And there's one cover version of the Four Horsemen on the Metallica song,
Uh,
because I on and we played together many times in the 80s, very early 80s.
yeah.
And with Burton, and I wanted to cover a song of Kill 'Em All, and I love that. Came out pretty nice too, and yeah, yeah.
Man, that is special. That is reason enough to get the digipack right there. Crazy.
So and True Metal Maniacs, we are just working on a new video. So for Christmas, that everybody can, like a little, what we have done last year, and but it's about the fans. So
It's so great. It's so great. Now you mentioned, having Rob Halford and doing the two duets. Did you ever consider writing together, writing original music?
we didn't talk about it, but yeah, but because it worked out so good, maybe that could be something in the future. But we haven't even talked about it. But I was so happy with these two songs. Oh man, one song would have been enough for me to make me so happy, and then two songs would be something. Of course, yeah.
Yeah, that would be great. One thing I see on forums when there's a Doro discussion, there's always a question of your personal life, and you keep that out of the spotlight very well, and it's all about the music and the fans and the relationship. But one of the questions that I see is Doro married? Do you have a partner? Do you not want to address that? Is that something that you like to keep under wraps?
You know what you see is what you get. Usually, I'm always on tour or in the studio. That's definitely my world, and I never thought of like settling down or getting married or having kids. Maybe another lifetime, but there's not much to it. I have a friend. Yeah, he's kind of a boyfriend, and I have many friends, but my family is definitely I never felt the urge to get married and kids. I don't know. I made up my mind when I was 24. I was one day waking up. I was living in New York City, which I loved so much, New York. And then I woke up and I thought, okay, today I will choose my priorities. And then I thought, what do I really want? And then it was clear. I want to do music and I want to make people happy and empower people. And, and I want to do it for the fans as long as I live. And that is my life. There's not much, don't have many hobbies as well. It's like it's only studio, working on songs, going on tour, rehearsing, doing stuff for the fans, and yeah, that's about it. That's
Uh
about
that and it's about being happy, and you look so happy doing what you do, and we are happy you do it for sure.
totally, totally. I wouldn't want to have another life. And when I was younger, I was a graphic artist, which that was actually cool because I could always work together with the graphic artist or with the painter. So that always helped, when we did like, the visuals or for video covers. And there's a beautiful picture just out there as well, like the t-shirt you have on. And oh, that looks for record collectors, for vinyl collectors. It looks super. And yeah, but I think living with me is hard because I'm only thinking of the fans and the music, and you know, yeah,
We
that's
we so appreciate that. We so appreciate that. Uh, will we ever get a book? You've been in this business for so long, and you've had to have so many stories and worked with so many people. Will we ever get a book from you?
I started a book a couple of years ago, and then I was thinking of everything and stuff. It drove me crazy. Couldn't sleep anymore at night because it kept me up. Rather want to concentrate on the future, on doing good things, making people happy, giving them new music, new songs, festivals, touring. I don't want to, look back too much because it was sometimes tough, I was really like, it was sometimes very heartbreaking. So it I would compare it. I mean, I haven't been married, but I would compare it if you would have to think or write a book about your ex-wives or ex-husbands. You're glad that that is like in the past, and you want to move on and don't want to dwell on stuff. And it really, it's yeah. I started it. I was totally innocent and naive, and I thought, yeah, now I want to write a book. And then I thought, no, man, I had to stop. And then I thought, no, I want to do a new record or new DVD or a new movie. And eventually, maybe in 10 years from now, I want to write a nice book. But I probably have to write two books, one normal book, for people who are normal, and then another book where people have like nerves like steel, like, it could be a real thriller. It was sometimes hardcore. Hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah, exaggerating. So, but now I want to still, tour and, you know,
Yeah.
do more, concentrate on the positive stuff,
Yeah.
like,
Yes, that's great. That's great. One thing I know back to doing the duets. You've done so many, and two that stand out to me are with Tarja and Floor, uh,
yeah,
from Nightwish. Now, I mean, that got me to think that if Floor was to step down and they offered you the Nightwish gig, can I hear Doro singing for Nightwish? Was that something that you would take on?
oh, I tell you, oh, that would be so hard to think about. But I love our own songs. Like, we have now, yeah, 19 or 20 records. I mean, depends how you count it. But there are 20 records of great songs, and including all my Warlock records. And I love that stuff so much. So I would probably miss it. I would probably totally miss like singing All We Are or Emma or or Children of the Dawn, or I don't know. I was one time doing something which made me really happy. Wendy Dio asked me if I want to fill in to do some Dio songs with the Dio disciples. That was great. That was really great. And I filled in for Ripper Owens because he had something to do. So I did a nice tour in Spain, and that was awesome. And then I had to learn all the Ronnie songs, and that was really, wow, that was great. So that was good, but it was just like this one tour, and that really filled me with so much joy, and the fans, and it was fantastic, and the whole lineup, all the musicians and stuff, was awesome. So yeah, so something on the side that would be cool, but not singing like my own Warlock or Doro stuff. Oh, this would be hard.
Yeah, yeah. It got me to thinking, because you guys do it so well. I love those collaborations. They're just such great singers, and for you with them is just perfect.
Just uh, my 40-year anniversary one time in Wacken with many guests. That's awesome. Like Phil Campbell and Mickey D of Motorhead. Now Mickey with Scorpions. They came out. We did Ace of Spades. and Joey Belladonna was there. And there we said we want to do another duet, like a brand new song or something. And Udo Dirkschneider was there. We did one big anniversary in my former hometown, Düsseldorf, just a couple of weeks ago. One day after the album came out, and Kaya was there as well. And we did this nice duet, Walking with the Angels. And that made people feel like, wow, so good. And I saw sometimes people, they were tearing up. It was like very touching. And we will definitely do a DVD and Blu-ray from these two gigs, like the Wacken show and the Düsseldorf show. And there you can see like Taya, the live thing. Oh, it was awesome. And we had some other great singers coming up. Angela Gosso, the last singer of Arch Enemy, and Elisa, the singer now from Arch Enemy. She came up. She flew all the way in from Canada, and it was so great. And we had some really lots of great ladies on stage, and it was phenomenal and great guys like Miller of Creator. He was there. We did actually Ace of Spades in Düsseldorf, and so we definitely want to do a nice DVD and Blu-ray and some nice old footage from 20 years ago where I was practicing and rehearsing with Lemmy for my 20th anniversary. So there are some people, they always collect some bootlegs for me. And then I got like this great footage. So that will be on the DVD as well for the Die Hard fans, something extra special. We all look like babies, like 20, totally like different. And, and Udo Dirkschneider is in there as well. And wow, man, we all look like really like kids. And,
Wow. When can we expect that?
Yeah, probably. I always take a little time to do something like this last album that took 3 years. So probably end of next year, the DVD. And maybe we can put out some nice videos and stuff and some nice songs. But every show was like 2.5 hours long. So we have to weed out and, put the best stuff on. But there's tons of footage and yeah.
Wow, that sounds just really great. I mean, that just sounds great. To see Lemmy again too. Miss Lemmy.
Yes. Oh, every day. Lemmy and Dio, I miss them every day. And yeah.
Yeah. That'll be great. That'll be great. We're looking forward to that. Let's say your phone rings when we're done, and who would you most want to have on the other end of that phone call? Who is there somebody that you'd really want to talk to?
Well, Ronnie James Dio. That would be
Uh,
so. Because we had actually plans to make another song together. We were on tour. My first tour with Ronnie James Dio was in '87 when we just had Triumph and Agony out. And my long tour in America, it was like the Magic tour. It was in 2000. And we became great friends. It was awesome. We some great like on stage. It was cool. He always took me on stage singing together the encores. Like there was, especially in Florida, but nobody had cell phones with cameras back then, so I just have some photos. Awesome. And then we started really like great friends. I heard actually from some journalists that Ronnie James Dio said that he was planning another album, Magica 2, Magic 3. And he was planning doing a duet. Thought, oh my God. And so that would have been great to have him on the phone and saying, hey, Doro, I wrote a great song. You want to do a duet? And so that's not possible anymore. I did so many great. My very first duet was actually with Lemmy Kilmister. Lemmy, and on our album Calling the Wild, we did 2 songs, Modern Ever and Alone Again. There was a song Lemmy wrote on his acoustic guitar. He could play great guitar. Nobody really knows that.
mm-hmm.
But I did all my dreams came true. Yeah, working with Gene Simmons. I was a big fan growing up, and then he was producing one of our records in '89. So that was awesome. But yeah, but with Ronnie, we even doing another tour and stuff, and that didn't happen anymore. So that would be awesome. And yeah,
Yeah.
knows what they're up to in rock and roll. Hopefully they're all like having a good time and
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Any tours to plan? But planning a tour for North America. We haven't seen you in a little while.
Our first gig is a big festival in Texas, and it's called Hell's Heroes. That's a big festival, and we start beginning of next year. So we will start in March, and then more festivals. We just changed the booking agency, so I think you will get us some good festivals, some good gigs, and so next year is like it's like festival and touring times, and then all over the world, definitely America. Where are you located? Which city would you come to see?
Chicago.
Oh wow, Chicago is one of my favorite places to play, and yeah, we always played Reggie's, the club I love. So if we do a club tour, it will be definitely Reggie's again because I love it. And if we do festivals or hop on tour with somebody else, so but we will let you know as soon as we have something. We'll let you know. Yeah, Chicago is one of my Chicago and Cleveland. These were like, and of course New York and LA, but four cities they were always like, yeah, but Chicago, man, yes.
Yes. That's so great to hear. And I saw Gene has finished. He's at the end of the road. With Kiss, of course. Do you ever see that happening for you?
Oh no, no, no. Till the day I die, and no, as long as the fans want to see it and hear it, I'm here to serve the fans and to make people happy and to give them good metal love and power and energy. And yeah, no, this no, I wouldn't want to do anything else. And yeah, I want to play, Lemmy did it till the last day, and let's do
That,
it.
that's awesome. That is so awesome. Well, we love having you, Doro, and we are so you're a treasure. You're an absolute treasure. We love you very much. Thank you so much.
Having me, and yeah, and I see you then in Chicago soon, I hope.
Yes, absolutely. I will be there for sure. Thank you, Doro. Be well.
All the best. Mwah.
All right.
Have a
Bye-bye.